Hello everyone and welcome to my channel. In this video I'm going to be using this chiffon fabric to show you how to make a kimono style shift dress. I added 4 inches to all my round measurements, divided it by 4 and added 1 inch sewing allowance. So the first thing I do is mark my shoulder measurement on fold. It has been divided into 2 already, so I marked 6.5. I'm adding additional 6.5 inches to form my sleeve from my shoulder measurement. So I add an extra 1 inch sewing allowance. So the next thing I do, that's my shoulder there and that's my sleeve. So I'm going to mark 4 inches off my shoulder measurement, and that will form the neck width, and then 4 inches as well for my neck depth. So after that, I draw a curve for my neckline to meet those 2 points, the 4 inches. So the next thing I do is mark 9 inches off the end of my sleeve, 8 inches for the sleeve, and then 1 inch for allowance, and I join the points at the end as well. I curve out the sleeve. I didn't want it to be straight like that, so I just drew out a curve, mark 1 inch, half inch, sorry, for my shoulder slant, and then drew it all the way down to my neckline. So the next thing I'm going to do is mark my bust measurements. Remember, all round measurements have been added accordingly and divided accordingly with extra allowance. So I mark my bust measurement, I mark my half natural waistline, then my hip measurements, the length and the round measurement as well. All vertical measurements, half inch is added for allowance. Very important. Then for the length, I added 1 inch, not half inch this time, because I'm going to be joining the top and the bottom. That's for the length of my dress. And then the width, I used the same measurement as my hip measurement to do the length, the width of my length of my dress. So I join the point straight down, connect my hip to my natural waistline. But before I do that, I'm going to draw a curve from the sleeve, and I used the bust measurement I marked earlier as a guide. That bust measurement is not so important. I just use it as a guide to join my natural waistline. You can try to use a French curve to do that, and then I join my natural waistline to my hip. So once I'm done with that, I mark 2 inches off the bottom of the dress so I can curve the edges out. You can use freehand, you can use your French curve to do that. And then I cut out my fabric. So this piece I'm cutting will serve as my front piece. And then what I'm going to do next is, after cutting, is place it on the second fabric and use it to cut out the back. When cutting this out, I don't cut the neckline, I just cut the other sides. So for the neckline, I mark 1.5 inches off, draw a curve, the same neck width, and then I cut it out. So next, I place shoulder against shoulder with right sides touching, and then I'm going to join the shoulders, both shoulders, by half an inch allowance, which is what I gave. So all the way down. This is super easy, and in 30 minutes you can whip up this style. So once I'm done with the shoulders, I sew the sides. I start with half an inch and gradually increase it to 1 inch all the way down. You can actually decide to go with half an inch all the way down, but this is how I wanted to do mine. So once I'm done with both sides, sewing both sides of the dress, I'm going to get a bias tape. This is what I'm going to use to conceal all raw edges. So I place the bias tape right sides touching. The right sides of the bias tape touch the right sides of the fabric. So I sew on the fold, and after that I fold it in to conceal the raw edges and sew. So this is the technique I use for my sleeve, for my neckline, and for the bottom of this dress. So it's super easy, super easy. And yeah, this is how it looks everywhere. So this is how my dress looks, guys. I'm going to show you on the mannequin. Clean, chic, and simple. So thank you for watching, and don't forget to subscribe. Bye guys.